Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video is going to be about my top 5 favorite face highlights. It's been quite a while since I've done a top 5 video, so I kind of want to revive the series and continue on with it because I really enjoy doing these videos and I think you guys enjoy them as well. And I have done quite a few in the past, so I'll have my playlist linked down below. I've done like primers, foundations of course, my top 5 neutral eyeshadow palettes, top 5 fragrances. I've done quite a few, and if there are any other like top 5 categories that you want to see, definitely leave them in the comments down below, and I will also be linking all of the highlights mentioned in this video in the description box as well. Okay, so my first two highlights that I have to talk about, I really kind of struggled with this. I'm actually going to kind of lump them together because honestly these are so similar. Like the color and the effect that they give are nearly identical, and I really deliberated. I was like, should I include both? But then I was like, which one would I omit? You know, I was like, I could leave this one out, but then I was like, no, I can't. I love this one so much. I've hit pan on it, and then I was like, I also love this one too. So I'm just including them both. They are really similar, just a warning. But the first one is the classic BECCA Moonstone Shimmering Skin Perfector Pressed, and then also the Pure Afterglow Illuminating Powder. These are both just really nice pale champagne kind of colors. If you have a similar skin tone to me that's kind of like fair but like neutral warm, I think you'll absolutely love these for like an everyday highlight. I love BECCA Moonstone. I prefer it to BECCA Opal because BECCA Opal, if you're more fair to light, it's not going to really show up as well on your cheeks as this one does. And then I also don't love BECCA Pearl because it's too icy and white and too stark on my skin tone, because I'm not like super porcelain by any means, so this is kind of the perfect balance. And I have hit a tiny little bit of pan in the center there, you guys will see in the close-up. If you've never tried any of the BECCA Shimmering Skin Perfectors, they've got like a really nice smooth kind of consistency, but they are fairly powdery, so when you dip your brush in them you do get quite a bit of kick up happening. So if you're not a fan of that, not a fan of the BECCA formulation in general, enter the Pure Afterglow. Like I said, this is really similar in color, which you guys will see in the close-up. It's not as powdery as the BECCA though. I find I can get a more dramatic effect with the BECCA highlight, but this one kind of blends into my skin a little bit better because this is so powdery. It can kind of sit on top of the skin, not to the point where I'm going to avoid using it because the formula is still really nice. It's just more powdery. This kind of like melts into my skin a little bit better. Honestly, I don't know which one I would recommend over the other. If you're highlight obsessed and you like pale champagne kind of highlights, just get both, honestly. They're both really nice. Highlight number 2 is the Mercier Matte Radiance Baked Powder in the shade Highlight 01. First of all, this product is not matte. That always throws people off, but I absolutely love this guy right here. I actually had a deluxe size that came in a 500 point perk from Sephora forever ago, and it had a good amount of product in it, and then I actually completely used it up and then purchased this full size. And this is like a baked highlight, so it does have like the kind of dome on it, and I don't know if you guys can see, but I've worn it down a fair bit. Definitely a product I've gotten a lot of use out of. This is what I reach for when I want to be like glowing and just have beautiful radiant skin, but I also want a slightly more natural highlight. It's still like beaming and beautiful, but because it's more of kind of like a beige tone rather than gold or champagne or pearl or anything like that, it's just really natural on the skin. Really gorgeous. If you've been around my channel, you may remember that I wore this every single day for a very long time. I need to take it back out again. I haven't worn it in quite a while. I have a super old spring makeup routine, or maybe it's a summer makeup routine, I can't remember, but I'll link it down below if you want to see this in action. I'm not actually wearing any of these highlights today because that would just be too perfect. I think I said the Mercier highlight was highlight number 2, but it was highlight number 3. Moving on to number 4. This is MAC Beaming Blush. This is one of their extra dimension skin finishes, and this came out with the In the Spotlight collection back in November, but this is permanent, thank God. This is definitely the newest out of my favorites, but I love it. I fell in love with this highlight instantly. It is pink with a gold duochrome, so this product is flattering on such a wide variety of skin tones, whether you have a neutral undertone, cool undertone, warm undertone. It's flattering because it's got that pink, but it's also got that gold. It is just stunning. I love these extra dimension skin finishes too because they're not too in your face. Like, they're not gonna give you that like hardcore strip of color. They just give a really nice light reflecting kind of effect and look a little bit more natural. They do have a touch of shimmer in them, but like nothing super obvious. Like, you'll really only notice it if you are in direct sunlight. And I will say that the shimmer in this is a lot more subtle than the other extra dimension skin finish that I own from this collection. So I don't want to scare anyone off by saying that. It's not like super chunky glittery or anything like that. I don't find it accentuates texture or my acne scarring or pores or anything. It is just beautiful. I love anything that's got that kind of like peachy pinky rose gold kind of vibe to it, so this is perfect. And finally, I want to talk about the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powders. Now, my actual favorite is Diffused Light, but I don't actually own that at the moment because I fully used it up forever ago and I just haven't repurchased it because I just don't have my life together. I don't know. I seriously need to repurchase it though, but I'll talk more about why I like that one in a second, and I'll show you guys the ones I do have in the meantime. I've got Ethereal Light, which is like a pale Pearl, I have got Mood Light, which is more of like a pinky tone, and then I also do have the Trio, which has got 3 different ones, and as you can see in the middle there, I've pretty much used up Incandescent Light. So I'm obviously a big fan of these. I'm a huge fan of the Hourglass Ambient Light range in general. These powders though, I will say right off the bat, they are not for everyone. If you want like that super crazy intense, like Jeffree Star Skin Frost kind of highlight, these are not for you. These products are meant to mimic different forms of light and just kind of create subtle effects on your skin that you're not going to like notice right away. Basically, there are highlights that you wear, and when people see them, they're like, oh my gosh, what highlight do you have on that's so beautiful? And then there's products like the ambient lighting powders, where when you wear them, people don't know what it is about your skin, where when people see it, they're not like, oh my gosh, I love that highlight. They're just like, your skin looks radiant, like you look like you're glowing. So I'll insert a picture here, but Diffused Light is their pale yellow version of these powders. So if you have more of like a fair to light skin tone, and especially if you have redness, I highly recommend this powder. I don't use these so much as actual like highlights on the high points of my face. I will use them more to set my eye area, just kind of dusted lightly all over my face, etc. So Diffused Light, I loved to set my eye area because it does have that pale kind of yellow banana kind of tint to it, so it's perfect for that. And also to set my foundation in general, because when you are fair, yellow tones work a little bit better than green to cancel out redness, so it really helped to even out my skin tone and just give me this like flawless base. Like even when my acne was bad and everything, my skin just looks so nice with this powder on, because they're not shimmery or glittery at all. They just have a beautiful, soft, subtle sheen, so you can totally get away with wearing them all over your face. Once again, not for everyone by any means. I have friends who like absolutely hate the ambient lighting powders, but they are definitely for me, and if you like what I kind of just described, then I think you'll absolutely love them. With Diffused Light, it really does just diffuse everything, like pores, texture, anything like that. It just diffuses it and kind of blurs it and make your skin look kind of like photoshopped in real life. But that's where I'm going to end today's video. That wraps up my top 5 highlighters. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I should have said this at the beginning, but all of these highlighters are definitely friendly if you do have any kind of texture on your skin like I do. You guys know I have acne scarring and everything like that. See, I think most of these are definitely a good bet if you also struggle with texture, but let me know if there are any other top 5 videos you guys want to see, and check out the playlist down below once again, as well as all of the links to all of these separate highlighters. But give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to go follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. I am at SARI Rihanna on all 3. And hit that subscribe button down below if you are new here, but I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye guys.